Hello, hello. How are y'all doing? It is the new moon, Gemini new moon. Turn up. It's a beautiful, hot day here. So I am preparing to, hey, how you doing? Preparing to go have fun. Pool vibes. I'm here for it. So, yeah. Just gonna get set up here. I want to do an astrology / card reading here for the Gemini new moon. And before I start, I'm gonna say welcome, welcome. I'm here to clear the path to a new life with you, okay? And that goes through the form of divination, astrology, Reiki healing, and more. And I just love doing this. Like, I'm going off my little normal intro script because it's just that's what we're doing. We're just going with the flow here. It's still Mercury retrograde, right? Until June 3rd. And I would love to know how Mercury retrograde is affecting y'all, because like, it took me clean out of here, but you know what? I'm good. I'm good. You know, it's good when the chaos comes and you learn the lessons and you know how to move. Yeah, I love it. So I'm pulling up the chart here. There we go. Oh yeah, it's May 30th. Happy Memorial Day to all the people that we've lost by protecting their families and the country and for humanity. You know, I would say on the right side, but either side, you chose to go in battle and give your life. So I ain't even gonna, knock that from you. All right. I got the chart here. Good. Well, let me sign in. I was like, I'm usually more prepared than this, but I was like, let me just hop on before I don't. You know how that go. So, all right. All right, Gemini. So we got the Gemini new moon here. I will say while I have this up, Gemini affects the shoulders. Where did it go? The shoulders, the arms, the hands, the bronchial, am I saying that right? Tubes and lungs. Okay? So with all that saying, it controls the breath, right? It controls our motor skills, kind of in a sense, with our hands and our shoulders. So with that being said, we're getting a heightened awareness with this Gemini new moon. So we're going to dive into the chart here and see. There we go. Got my custom views. I like to look at a chart a certain way. So, of course, we have the moon and sun conjunct. That's what makes a new moon in the sign of Gemini in the 9th degrees in the 12th house. So, granted that Gemini's ruler is Mercury, we're currently in Mercury retrograde, and the house ruler is 3, and that's all about communication, neighbors, community, friends, siblings, all that stuff. Is actually sitting in the 12th house, and the 12th house has to do with healing, spirituality, solitude, the subconscious. So I feel like with this moon, we're really tapping into a lot of triggers or emotional and mental conflict that we have had for a while that has been revealed. I feel like it's already been revealed, especially during this Mercury retrograde. I will invite you to check out my Mercury retrograde reading over on YouTube. It's called Heart Over Mind. And I got a lot of leg bot energy from that if you work with the Orisha. Now, Legbot is the trickster, right? He gets a bad rep. And even then in the video, I was like, I've been getting called to work with Legbot, but I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Because the last time I worked with him, I was like, God dang. Like, I ain't doing that. But this time I sat back and observed. And I observed the mind and how Legbot is ahead of the game and how you have to work on this mental playing field. Because what is the Kabbalion? The universe is all, or the all is mental. We operate on a mental playing field. So if you get ahead of the curve, yeah, you probably tricking somebody, or it may look like a trick, but it's been in your mind. It's the master plan all along. But there might be some confliction within you to actually go forth and do it. So that's why taking this time to really sit with yourself, go in solitude, even though we are going out and about, maybe limit your social activities at this time. Do make time to meditate and go within, because I do feel like you'll get like an expansion awakening, because the moon and the sun are sextile with Jupiter in Aries. Okay, that's the expansive type of energy that we're talking about. And with Aries energy, that fire, okay, it's gonna really amplify things. I don't think about you maybe a couple of months ago. How are you now? Can you see like there's a big changes that have happened like a couple of months ago till now? And if you followed the callings, right? If you followed everything that Spirit has laid out before you. So making sure that you take the time to dive deep this time will really be beneficial. Remember, when you're going into the mind, pay attention to the nuances in the voices in your head. Okay, now when I say voices in your head, a lot of people may look at me side-eye, but if you don't hear at least yourself, which it should initially be yourself talking, right, that you hear. If you're, I'm clairaudient, very much so clairaudient, so it probably comes more naturally to me. I'm an air sign. I'm a Gemini rising, Aquarius sun, and a Pisces moon. So that part comes naturally to me. So a lot of people may be afraid when I say that, but when you're listening to the inner voice, we call it the inner voice, and pay attention to the nuances. Sometimes they might be yelling. Sometimes it might be very critical. If it's very critical, I would say it's not really your intuition trying to tell you something. But I used to say, like, when you hear screaming or something like that, it's not necessarily your intuition. But I will say the past couple of days for me, when I was in something and I was asking my higher self, because I wasn't going to listen, it wasn't screaming, but it was boisterous. I will say that. And I listened, and it came to be, smooth sailing after that. But that's what that trying to Jupiter and Aries is giving me, is that igniting of an expansion of consciousness. Okay, and we may see that in people that we connect with. Even though Mercury retrograde gets a bad rap too, you can still meet some really good people during Mercury retrograde. It's slowing things down, so that way we can make the adjustments that we need to make in our life. Because when things start speeding back up, you have a choice. You got this time to really, spend time with certain people if you're meeting somebody new, or if you're getting into a new job, or you're starting something, just anything that you're starting new. This was a good time to take the time to get to know it, understand it, so that way you can figure out what you want to do when things start picking up. Okay? Now, since I'm looking at Jupiter is also conjunct with Mars in Aries. So that's really like, we probably gonna really get ignited to like go, go, go. And I don't know about you all, but for me, like as the moon was waning, way lower energy. I'm trying to operate like my productivity on the moon cycles and how the moon fluctuates. So I feel like now, since we're kickstarting the new moon, we're really going to be amplified to really get things done. Okay. But, and I'm like, next to that is we're going to talk about Chiron in Aries. So with the mental conflict, we're still going to have that struggle with imposter syndrome, or really stepping into this newness, this new person that we are evolving to. And that's okay. It takes time to get to know the new self, or really fully get acclimated in a new chapter. I would say don't psych yourself out. Again, that's why taking this time to sit within and really meditate and get the downloads. I'm hearing, yeah, you may want to voice record your meditation, because you might get downloads while you're meditating, and you might want to say them out loud, and that way you can run it back. Okay, I did that once when I was talking to my shadow self, and I was like, oh, okay. And then after I let the shadow self speak, a few days later, what my shadow desired happened. You know, and people, when we talk about shadow work, I know I'm going on a tangent, but I must be having to say these things for a reason. And I'm happy to be on here. So, when we talk about shadow work, you know, it's deep, right? You know, it's a lot of healing that we have to do when you first acknowledge the shadow self. You're acknowledging parts of yourself that you shoved down, that you didn't like about yourself. You realize you're not, you know, all what's cracked up to be, or you're not this perfect, you know, person that you perceived yourself. You even hid it from yourself. And the fact that you had to know the darkest parts of you, it shook you, right? So if you've already went through a lot of shadow work, integrating the shadow is really good, because you get now you've acknowledged it. It just wanted to be seen. Oh, hey, Ty. Or is it Tay? Sorry. Hey, how's it going? Can I like? I can't like. Oh, there we go. It's a new feature. I ain't been on here that long. But yeah. So integrating the shadow in this practice, especially now, can really ignite the desires in you. You may are having struggles on what you really want to do in life, and that's okay. Speak to the shadow. Speak to your higher self, or just speak to your inner self if that's too much. Just while you're meditating, whatever comes up, just speak it out, okay? And when we talk about desires and stuff, that's going to make me switch over to Lilith. I do want to talk about Lilith. Lilith is in the first house, in the sign of Cancer. So Cancer is what? All about the emotions, foundations, the home, your roots, right? When we talk about roots and family, that can be, you know, your familiar family that's here in the physical realm, or also in the spiritual realm. This is a great time to start working with your ancestors if you haven't already, or get back on the bandwagon of working with your ancestors. Make sure you light a candle for them, leave out some water for them, make them some food, you know, sit with them as you're meditating. You may want to lay your burdens down to them, because they're here for you, okay? And that will help you, maybe having them with you and speaking your desires. They can also help you and assist you. They may even come down, and you may even get messages from your ancestors telling you what it is that you need to do to go forward, okay? And then your inner desires is something that you're very much passionate about, and it's something that is going to affect your overall identity and like your self-image and your approach to life. because that's what the first house is rules. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna keep, like, where is this leading me now? I'm just looking at the chart, and yeah, I want to talk about Pluto retrograde. Pluto retrograde, we know Mercury's in retrograde, right? But Pluto is also in retrograde. Okay, Pluto is retrograde in Capricorn. Capricorn in the 8th house, right? So the 8th house is what all about sex, death, and taxes, right? Yeah, that's to sum it up for the 8th house. So the fact that Pluto is retrograde in Capricorn in the 8th house, we're really having struggles with discipline when it comes to maybe those areas of life. And also, or transformation, right? Because death is transformation, transmutation. So when we're in a struggle, this mental struggle within ourselves, trying to get acclimated into this new self, not really knowing what it is that we want to really forge out, trying to get through our inner desires, right? Pluto retrograde is slowing things down to help us to really transform and forge that path to make sure that we keep climbing to the top. Okay? Capricorn energy. I feel like Capricorn is here. Capricorn is the GOAT, right? So we're going to get it by any means. So Capricorn is kind of forcing the Scorpionic energy to really, oh, you said you want to do something, be about it. Be about it. Ain't no talking. What? All right, you said your piece. Let's do it. That's what Capricorn is saying. So, and it's funny because Capricorn not Capricorn, Pluto retrograde in Capricorn in the 8th house is trying over here with Mercury retrograde in Taurus. So Mercury retrograde in Taurus is Taurus energy is all about self-worth, right? Thank you. May Yahweh bless you too. Ashe. But yeah, all about self-worth, values, priority, material wealth, getting the money, business matters, all those things. So, and Capricorn is all about that too. Capricorn is all about getting the bag. So if you really wanted to transform your life here, right, you're going to have to be about it mentally. You're going to have to get your mind right. So, and that's starting with the self. How do you feel about yourself? Do you really want to be about, if you really want to progress and live a prosperous life, then you have to feel prosperous. You have to feel abundant. You have to know your worth. You expect everybody else to see your worth and you're seeking outside validation. The validation should come from within. I know that's easier said than done. But you have to love yourself enough to know that you deserve more. And that, and go with it and run with it. And that's the conflict. That is the conflict within the self. Right? Chiron in Aries. You're so used to, when I say you, best believe, I say this almost in every video. When I say you, because sometimes it's just easier. And I'm meaning we. And sometimes I mean me. Because we collective, right? So, it's about the self. So, this tension that you're feeling within is a lot of mental turmoil. It's okay. Because this is to shift you. And so that you can change and that so you can evolve. Okay? And that brings me to, we got Mercury is also, Mercury retrograde is also squared Saturn in the 9th house in Aquarius. Okay? Saturn is the ancient ruler of Aquarius, so it's kind of home here. 9th house energy is Sagittarius energy. That's travel, that's higher learning, that's wisdom, like philosophy, all these things. So, retention is what I'm hearing. If we probably are having some issues with retention or remembering things, remembering who we are, processing the knowledge or applying the wisdom that we have been learning thus far. So make sure that you're patient with yourself and that through this process, it's okay to go back to the basics. It's okay to go back to the basics because doing that, that's further cementing and putting a firm foundation on your practices, whatever you practice, okay? And Mercury retrograde is also sextile Neptune in Pisces. That's giving me very much illusions, very much trickster energy, very much escapism. So if you're the type that wants to escape, if you have heavy water or maybe Pisces in your chart, you may see yourself binge watching, resorting back to old habits during this time, and that can be a struggle. You're gonna have to work a little bit harder to move to change that habit. And I would suggest, and I'm not that familiar with it. Priestess Tyra Omalade is. She's certified in NLP and is getting the people within her community, because I am within her community, a part of like hypnosis. Hypnosis might be a thing to help you if you're having trouble with a certain area of life. Working to reprogram that subconscious will definitely help during this time, okay? And I'm trying to see if there's any other aspects that I need to touch on before I dive into the cards. I think the only one I'm missing is Venus in Taurus in the 11th house squared with Pluto retrograde in the 8th house in Capricorn. So the 11th house is Aquarius energy. So that's what I'm getting out of that is like hopes and wishes, like your desires. I know it's about humanitarian, also the futuristic technology, things like that. But what I'm getting is like hopes and wishes, your desires, because that's what we're pretty much talking about right now. That ties into the self-worth, what I was talking about with since Venus is in Taurus. So your hopes and wishes or your self-worth has to align with your hopes and wishes in order for it to transform. You might get test after test or a lot of chaos in your life, not extreme chaos or just traumatic or tower moments to show you, to see what you're going to do about it. I feel like, because Capricorn ruler is Saturn too. So it's just like, are you really gonna, buck up? Are you gonna be about it? Or if not, let me show you why you need to be that way. Okay? So yeah, that's what I have for the astrology chart. We're going to dive into the card reading. But I want to take a brief intermission because I kind of like just fell into the live. I did twist up my hair, and this is, I usually wear wigs, full disclosure, like y'all didn't know. But yeah, I twisted up my hair, and this is my attempt to like actually lock it up. And I'm excited because I've been wanted to lock my hair for years now, and I'm like, I want to keep it like this. I twisted it up myself. I took my time with the grid. I know it's probably not the best in the back, but hey, we'll see. Hopefully I keep it in. And with that being said, usually when I wear wigs, that was like my headscarf, my protective barrier, right? Bro, you can see right now my head is exposed. It's all that. So, and I was like, I don't want to necessarily wear a headscarf just on a live reading. In an in-person, or if I was doing a more personal reading, yes, for sure. Because I'm tapping in deeper with that one person instead of just like the whole collective. But also an alternative is my protection oil. So I'm going to put some protection oil on my head and use this as a shield to not have any negative energy. Make sure I get the nape and the back of my neck. Any negative energy, spirits, entities to come into this reading. So, yes, that's also another alternative. Hey, Olivia. Hey, girl. So, you just in time, I'm about to dive into the cards now. We just finished the astrology portion. All right. So, we're going to hop in. This is the Souls cards. I haven't used these in a while, and I'm actually really excited to. All right. Spirit, what messages, what guidance do you have for the collective at this time? What do we need to know right now? It's so funny because I was hearing go for it. If you can do it, you don't have to be afraid. And look at that. She's walking into her destiny. And we talked about transformation with Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. Butterfly here. So you're walking towards the new path. You're walking towards this next journey. You're leaving sorrow and darkness and all these deep emotional feelings and energies behind you. And I love that. Brighter days are ahead. Brighter days are ahead. You know, even though that reminds me of this song I wrote called Persevere. And yeah, even though the clouds are gray, the blue skies are still there. And and your freedom will come, or whatever you want will come. Persevere through the hurt. Persevere through the pain. You only have one life that you know of. It's not a game, right? So when we have this inner conflict with ourselves and we're kind of like, should I keep going? Should I take this step into the unknown? Because this is the unknown. We can tell that she's stepping out, but we don't know to where, right? Trusting and having faith in that and stepping into the unknown, knowing that it has to be better. Has to be better than what we're going through now, right? It has to be. And even if it's not necessarily there, not necessarily, way better, it's something in that you can learn from in order for you to keep going and progress. Okay? So, yes, I love that. Persevere through the hurt, persevere through the pain. You only have one life. This is not a game. Persevere with strength. Persevere with pride. Know that goodness is on your side. Yes, I need to start back writing, y'all. For real, for real. I miss actually singing. But okay, we're going to tap in to the Dragon Oracle cards. This is my first time busting it out on camera. I've been working with the Dragon energy. And I was like, it's just been my cards, because I have a lot of decks. And like some of them I just don't share with the collective. They're just mine, And I was like, Spirit, this is my deck. They was like, nope. They was like, share it. So, all right. Yes, Golden Solar Dragon helps you stand in your masculine power with wisdom. Let your DNA be reprogrammed. We talked about reprogramming And so let your DNA be reprogrammed and light codes activated. Become an inspired leader. I love that. I love how the cards be working. Come on. So if you're into working with dragon energy, hey, flame of the soul, hey, fly. If you're into working with dragon energy, I would say you can tap into the golden solar dragon, and you can just kind of visualize the dragon kind of like this and work with it, meditate, get some downloads. Remember to, if you're going into meditation, do a voice recording, so that way whatever you get, you know, you can say it out loud and it won't get lost. Okay. Hey. Trying to tap. There we go. Cool. And at the, yeah, I'll take this one. Earth Dragon clears your path in the land around you. Yes. Stay grounded. Be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing. You can move forward in life. Come on. That was a beauty. This is also giving me the full energy with him on the cliff. I love that. Take the leap. Take the leap. Go forth. I love this. This is a lot of confirmation for me too. Cool. So we're going to dive in. Okay, I'm going to do the crow. I'm going to do the crow tarot. Before I have a couple of more decks. Y'all know me. Alright, Spirit. What additional messages do we have? We got the moon in reverse. Three of Swords reverse. I just love it. And then Knight of Cups reverse. And at the base, Queen of Swords. You say you was just talking about the full card energy. Yes, for real. It's major. Like, even, I feel like Mercury retrograde was kind of like the full card. Or was it the Scorpio full moon? Because I'm thinking back on a reading that I did, and I got like the full type energy with that. Like, do you know the power that you hold? Just take the leap. Just take the leap. Step into the unknown. You're going to be protected anyway. I love that. But, yeah. So we got the moon in reverse. Three of Swords in reverse. Look at this Three of Swords. Can we just appreciate the Three of Swords? I'll put it up right. I love the Crow Tarot. I feel like this deck is my favorite out of, like, for actual tarot. It's my favorite. And then Knight of Cups in reverse. So what I'm getting here is, despite the illusions that, or the trickery that has been going on, or the manipulation, you know, that has been going on, not with you trying to manipulate energy to work in your favor, or people trying to manipulate you in order to disempower you. I feel like that's no more. No more. Like, we seeing through the BS. We're no longer going to be disempowered, heartbroken, overly anxious, all these things. We're going to go after what is ours, okay? And then with the Knight of Cups in reverse, however, there's some recalibration that we do need to continue to tend and nurture ourselves through this process. Because even though we have gotten over the hurdle, right, and we're taking these steps to move forward in life, right, there's still some tending and nurturing that we need to do to make sure that we aren't repeating cycles, or even, how can I say this, repeating cycles, or even projecting onto others. projecting onto others, as far as like, you know how hurt people type thing. Like, okay, yeah, I was hurt. Yeah, I'm no longer going through that stuff. But it's like you put a shield, and it's a difference between having a protective screen and a whole shield and firewall, to the point where you are now no longer very, very open. You know, learn the lessons, but still be open to love. And it can be romantic love, platonic love, just love for humanity, all of that. But again, we do need to practice protection, right? That's why the Queen of Swords is here. And the Queen of Swords gets a bad rap, because I'm like, this is definitely kind of my archetype. And it's like when I'm done, I'm done. And I want to cut it. However, it doesn't mean that I don't have compassion, right? But I guess probably why that's coming here too. But make sure it's not a firewall. Make sure that it's not, it can still be penetrated through the lightness of love, right? Making sure that you don't become the ice queen, pretty much. This is Queen of Swords, not the ice queen, okay? But, yeah, I feel like stepping into this newness and not being afraid of it, and also leaving the past behind us, meaning letting go of that trauma, also is definitely going to help. And having better boundaries in this new season is going to help. But again, still having that open, learning to still have compassion within the heart, to still love again, to still let people in, to still be vulnerable, to still be open, still be receptive. Okay? Don't let the past instances harden your heart. Okay? Don't let it harden your heart to the point where it's going to block your blessings. It's going to block it. Don't give them that power. Don't give any situation that power to block your blessings, to make you feel stagnant and not move into your destiny. They don't deserve that. Okay? And I'm like, I don't really talk about they. I don't like talking about they, because, you know, it's about us as far as how we're going to grow, how that. So we just going to leave it at that when we talk about they. Okay? All right. We're going to work your light oracle. We're going to get into it. Why am I whispering? Why am I whispering? Come here. Leap. I can't make this up. This is full energy. You go first. The universe will catch you. I'm just like, Spirit is really speaking right now, to the point where it's just like, come on. Walk. And then now I'm thinking, this song in my head when I was working for the music publisher is the song called Walk in the Spirit of Love. It's a churchy hymn. Walk in the spirit of love. But that's what I'm getting still with this too. If you still can keep that compassion in your heart, even through the tower moments and the turmoil and the chaos, if you can still keep that compassion in your heart and still go and still take that leap, Spirit your ancestors, your spirit team, source, universe, God, Allah, however you want to put it, has you. Has you. I love that. I love that. Yeah, it's scary. It's scary to go and tap into the unknown. But every time that you feel like you can't do it, right? You have to think about yourself 3, 5 years from now. Hell, 6 months from now. Can you really see yourself in this same predicament right now? What are you holding on to? And again, when I'm saying you, I mean we, and sometimes me. Because I know collectively, like, it's not just me that's going through stuff. We all going through stuff in our different things. We all are feeling these energies together. It's just time to soar. It's time to embrace your power. It's time to sync up with the energies around you and just let it lead you. Wherever spirit is guiding you to go, do it. The tug and pull, the nudges, the synchronicities, all that is for a reason. It's for a reason. So it's like, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? Don't let past instances block your blessings. This is a portal. We're still in eclipse season, baby. We got 6 months to a year, for this energy. So this is a real portal right now. Like, literally, I was at the lake yesterday, and I was looking up at the sky, and I was looking up before, like during Aries season, like microdosing, shrooms, all that stuff. And I listened to stories, and they said it was so similar. A lot of them could see the grid pattern in the sky. So I've been working on seeing that. I can see it in my room, like above in the ceiling. I work to look at that grid pattern, and I'm not even on anything. But I was at the lake, and I could see it, but it was kind of like, it was like clumped up together like a portal. Like, so this is like real portal energy. It's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to walk through it? Are you going to walk through the portal? Don't be afraid. You got to go first. Spirit got you. Your ancestors got you. The universe got you, right? So it's just like, this is the prime time opportunity. If you want to change your life, you can do it. You can do it. It's we can say it's hard all day. Life is hard. All these things. Yes, it is. I ain't trying to take that away from nobody. But we can't let it defeat us. We can't. We have to be empowered. We have to use the tools. A lot of us out here, we're spiritualists, or we just, some of us may just be getting into it. Use this knowledge to your advantage. If you're reading up, if you're doing all these things, if you're practicing, apply it to your everyday life. This isn't just for play. This isn't just like, oh, let me do this. This part of my life is this, and then this is over here. You can do that for a short period of time, but it's not like that. This knowledge, these tools, these energy healing, this all this stuff that we're doing, it goes with you throughout your whole day. It becomes embedded in you. When they say once you're awakened, if you can try to put the rose-colored glasses on all you want, but you'll keep getting glimpses. Keep getting glimpses of the truth. So, you know the truth. What are you going to do with it? Okay? What are you going to do with it? And the bottom of the deck, break the chain. Break the chain. Y'all know, that's bringing me the gospel song. There's a power in the name of Jesus. Yes, it says ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting your future. Okay? Break the chain. This is giving me devil card for sure. Devil card in reverse. Yeah, for sure. Break every chain. All right? I love to see it. I love to see it. I hope y'all do too. All right, I got a couple more decks to pull from. And I know I kind of went, on a tangent, but that was straight from the heart. Probably a little bit of channeling at the same time. But I'm happy I came on live today and did it. Because it takes a lot for me to get on the camera. I'm very much introverted and true Aquarius. Like, I need a lot of time to recharge before I do stuff. So I'm happy I made it. So this is the Whispers of Lord Ganesh. Healing. Healing. It never ends. It never stops. But think about yourself before when you started this journey and think about yourself now. Continue to blossom. Continue to value yourself. Tap into that self-worth. That peacock is giving me Oshun. Self-worth. Like, Oshun, and I'm the type of person that doesn't go with the trends. I don't go with the trends very often. So, like, when it came to Oshun, I wanted to learn all the other Orisha because everybody was on Oshun, and I did. I work with Oya, work with Yemaya. Oya, I work with Tough. But when Oshun, I try to work with Oshun, and it wasn't like, But it's like, now I see. And it's not all about beauty, right? It's about self-value, self-worth, loving yourself enough. That's the healing that Oshun brings. And just for this card to come up with the healing, knowing that this is signifying that we're on the right path. And that's why, going back to the astrology, the moon and sun are conjunct in Gemini in the 12th house. That's Pisces. And that's the healing. That 12th house is healing energy. So yeah, remember, take this time to go into solitude. Get the downloads from spirit. I know that life can bring us every which way, but it doesn't have to be today. You have this whole moon cycle to do it, right? Tap into your inner knowing. Tap into your inner knowing and know that there's promise for the future. Okay? Yes. Whew, y'all. I love it. I'm going to close out with the Wild Offering. I hope that y'all enjoyed. Make sure if y'all not subscribed to my YouTube channel, Mystic Storm Spirituality, that you do so. My website is msbotanica.com. Make sure you check that out. I am going to post the June 2022 horoscopes, if not today, tomorrow. So make sure that you be on the lookout for those. And yeah, this reading was so needed. I know for me, and I hope that it touched, even if it just touched one person, I'm internally grateful. So, the final message, this one. Courage. Courage. This one's been coming out a lot lately. Divine courage is not the absence of fear. It's a nudge that says, keep going. And that's what I heard. That was the first thing I heard. Do it. Don't worry. All will be well. You have to get quiet enough to hear it. Dear Divine, may I feel your courage and your will. Take the leap. Take the leap. It's portal season, full season. You know, do you know the power that you hold? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You got this. You got this in the bag. And it's just like any obstacles, treat them as lessons learned. And don't let that stop you. Don't let anybody or any situation stop you from reaching your ultimate destiny on this earth. Okay? Continue to heal. Continue to grow. Continue to prosper. Set clear boundaries. You've learned that. Set clear boundaries, but also still be vulnerable. Still be receptive. Still be open to love. Okay? It all will be well. Yeah, I want to bring out the dragons because I don't want to. It was a reason my spirit told me to bring out the dragons. And I guess I'm more comfortable with talking about that I work with dragons. It says, so the golden solar dragon, that's the sun energy, right? Helps you stand in your masculine power with wisdom. Let your DNA be reprogrammed and light codes activated. Become an inspired leader. Okay? And then also the earth dragon. Cleared your path in the land around you. Stay grounded. Be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing. You can move forward in life. So if you feel like you're stuck and you don't feel like you can make that leap, maybe you want to tap into the earth dragon, okay? Maybe, you know, or some type of earth archetype or whatever you work with, okay? So, yeah. I hope that y'all enjoyed. Look, I just love doing this. Each time that I show up, it's a different energy, a different feel. And I'm just happy and blessed and honored to be a vessel to relay these messages. And I love you all. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.